Hang on. Now we're on.
We're on, right?
Hey,
On. How you doing, Whit?
really good. Feeling really good with these videos. So glad that we are hammering out a bunch.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So today, thank you so much for joining us on our YouTube channel, Freedom Evolution Project. We have a book review. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Yeah. Let's do it. We're
Tell
living.
people why we're doing book reviews.
Okay.
Tell people why we're doing book reviews.
Right. So we're doing book reviews. Number one, because reading is got to be right up there in terms of personal development and growth and getting that knowledge in our head and helping us shift and making progress. I know you, Win, are a avid reader. You're like a voracious reader. You read a lot more than I do. But I like to be able to pick on just certain key books like this one and be able to get all the concepts and try to move ahead and apply that to my life to move forward. So why do you read, Win?
Oh, okay. So the reason why I read mainly because I just have an insatiable curiosity for learning. But also, in justifying why I read and why I consume so much information, my YouTube mentor Tai Lopez said it very eloquently. So he said, with these books, you could download someone's mind and methodologies and thoughts. It's sort of like having them in front of you, and if you could ask them any questions. So not everyone's going to have an opportunity to ask Warren Buffett, how to be rich and how to be a great investor. But he wrote a book, or people wrote books on him, the Snowball. That's essentially going into how he became rich. So and becoming so wealthy. So it's sort of like you're actually having, in some ways, sitting in front of this person and asking them questions or downloading their wisdom. So that's the main reason why I read now, which is I can take these thoughts from people who are really successful that I don't have access to yet and download into my mind, and then becomes, my secret to success, right? So like, if you could work with Warren Buffett to becoming the best investor in the world right now, like, how would that change your life? If you could talk to, and if you could have a consultation with who's the most famous health expert on online right now?
I would say Ari Mazel.
He created this book, right? So if you could sit down with Ari and say, hey, can you help me completely automate and outsource and optimize my life so that I can focus more on just the one thing that I love to do?
His Dave Asprey is actually pretty sick too.
Yeah, or if you could sit down with Dave Asprey and say, hey, dude, please make me the most efficient and the most effective executive right now in the world. So he'll be here are the 5 things you need to do. So reading their books is another way of actually having them helping you without paying, how much is Ari,
$1,000 an hour.
Yeah, $1,500 an hour or $20,000 a day, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what you get.
That's why I read.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why we also want to do book reviews too is on your way, on your path to freedom, virtual freedom, success, and evolution, the number one way for doing that, in my opinion, is 1, skill development, and 2, wisdom accumulation. You learn the skill to actually do, and then you actually learn the thoughts and the methodologies to actually apply those skills, and that comes from reading and experience. So we're going to review the good books only, so you're not going to get, we're only going to review good books. So we're going to read a bunch of books.
So what's considered a good book here?
Huh?
What's considered a good book?
Well, the same way that we run through so many online programs and courses and tell you what's the best one,
a good book.
The readings.
Is this. Does it move you ahead? Did you learn something? And did it inspire you? That's my criteria.
Cool.
Is it moving you ahead? Did you learn something? And did it inspire you? That's my criteria. So
actually, that's a really good criteria. I'm just kind of I have been so far just consuming everything, so I don't really have a filter. Until now, though. So now what we're going to do is we're going to read the books, and then we're going to review the good ones. So you could, 1, you get the best ideas from it, and 2, if you want to pick up the book yourself, usually you'll know that you're going to learn something from it. So you're not going to waste time on a book that's not going to help you.
talk about wasting time. Let's get on with the review, man.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, so the book Less Doing, More Living, Make Everything in Life Easier by Ari Mazel. I don't even know where to begin, my man. It just, this is one of those books, and I'm so glad that we are doing this review first. It's January 2015 right now, and it's one of those books that we're reviewing first of the year, and it's one of those things that just changed my life. I know people say that all the time. Oh my God, it changed my life. Literally, this book changed my life. Quickly, I don't want to go back on an old story because some of you already know if you're watching and subscribing. But, I was a dead broke municipal government worker. I worked in community services, thought I was doing the right thing, was helping young people. And then I got laid off and went through a little bit of depression and then found out, there was a different methodology of doing things. And Ari, he has this phrase coined, and he basically calls it optimize, automate, and outsource everything in your life so that you can get back to doing the things that you do best. And man, as soon as that hit me, I had to go on to Amazon. I had to go order the book. I paid my $20-something, Canadian, because it's only $10 US. And then I had to, go and it was 20 bucks, and then pay my $5 shipping and handling through Amazon. And then when I got it that time, I read through this thing like in 20 minutes, man. Like literally 20 minutes. I just went through this thing. I was like, flip through this whole thing here, and it has so many actionable pieces. It's just like every single chapter, there's something you can use right away, and just keep moving forward. And yeah, so I absolutely love the book. What do you think of it, Win?
Okay, so I didn't know about the book until you told me about it. So thanks for that, by the way. The number one thing that I got out from the book, there's many other things, but the number one takeaway for me is everything has a process. Whatever you think you're doing has a process, and there are the 20% that you should really be focusing all of your effort on. And
yeah, it's a funny thing. The first chapter is called 80-20. Sorry to interrupt you right there. I was talking to Ari, and since getting the book, a lot of things have progressed along the line. But I was talking to Ari, and he really believes it's more like a 95-5 process, where it's 95% of the stuff you can automate and outsource, and the 5%, which is uniquely you, that you need to work on. So the 80-20, the Pareto principle is fantastic, but I think I'm moving more along the lines of like a 95-5, maybe a 90-10 kind of thing too now. So, sorry.
Actually, I'll modify what I took away from the book. The number one thing from the book is how do I say this? So like think about, everybody think they want to write a book eventually. Right? So everybody wants to be an author, and they want to be writing this one book. And how many people actually get to actually writing the book? And I think one of the reasons is because when we think about writing a book, we think, oh man, I have to actually like come up with an idea. I have to think about how I'm going to write it, and how am I going to market it, and who am I going to help me with editing and marketing the books. So we never even get started because we are overwhelmed right from the start with these things that we think we have to do. But the entire concept or the entire philosophy of the book is that you should be focusing on that one thing that makes the biggest difference, and then everything else needs to be outsourced. So if you want to write a book, you need to think about, well, what is the number one thing that will actually help me like move that forward, which is writing, and everything else should be, could be, would be outsourced, automate, and optimized. Well, I'm saying that backward now, but optimize, automate, and outsource later on. So if again, everybody wants to start a podcast these days, or everybody wants to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Well, if you think you have to do 100 things to start a podcast, you're never gonna get started. But by identifying the activities of what it takes to start a podcast, you would know that the number one thing to start a podcast is to start recording. And everything else needs to be, again, optimized, automate, and outsource. So then get on with recording the first podcast, or get on with recording the first YouTube video, right? And everything else would be, could be outsourced eventually.
Yeah, totally. And that's the thing. Ari describes in the book so many different ways of optimizing, of automating things, and outsourcing, whether you're using a virtual assistant or on demand, different things. And he's updated so much stuff since then. And, the book is inspiring. It basically touches on 9 fundamentals. I'm not going to go into all the fundamentals. If you want to know, you got to get the damn book. I highly, highly recommend it. But Ariel's also got he's also got a mastermind behind that too, which I know I joined, and when you joined the boot camp as well. And we're going to go see Ari next month in New York, and we're going to become certified productivity coaches, and we're part of the whole Less Doing community. And I know that if anybody, as an author, sometimes you get inspired by somebody when, you read their material, they go, yeah, that's really cool. And then you go to meet them and they shake your hand, they write your, signature on the book, and they say, get the hell out of here. It's like, whoa, but not this guy. I mean, Ari is the real deal. He is just the most real person. He's so down to earth. He absolutely cares so much about all of the people inside of this community, people who are interested in this kind of lifestyle, people who just really want to get back to reclaiming their time from all the technology and all the automation. And I know that it's inspired both you and I to do so many things on a different level. I mean, getting to inbox zero, is one of the things that he teaches in the book. And I never thought that it would be such a relief of so much stress. I didn't know email was even a stress for so many people. But since coming onto this community, you yourself and myself, we've talked to so many people who are like, man, email is such a big stress in my life. And I'm like, it's just email, man. But it's true, until I started alleviating everything and getting to inbox zero every single day, several times a day sometimes, I didn't realize, what a stress it was in my life, and be able to take that monkey off my back and just move forward with things is such a relief. So that's, one of my big takeaways in there is that, you can use technology, especially the way with technology is coming out today, with all the different types of, automations and different types of, just little tools and apps and everything on our iPhones and stuff like that, yeah, it just all comes together so quickly now that you need to get back to what you're doing best and be able to add value to the world by doing that. So, you don't just owe it to yourself, you owe it to the world to be able to do this. Yeah, that's kind of my big takeaway there.
So, so I thought it's kind of ironic that this book is about doing, well, actually, it's very fitting that this book is about doing less and living more, and the book is like this thick, it's big, and it's like 100 pages. And you can literally read this in like an hour or less, right, if you're a fast reader. And and that's the number one thing. That's the first thing I like about it, because I mean, if you are first starting out and you don't know where to start, this book contains the top 3 things for the top 3 areas that you need to do that will get you the most results. By the way,
what was it called? Who's that guy? The Greek guy, the Achilles, with the highest leverage move. I forget his name. But it's just
I think it's Archimedes.
Archimedes. Damn, you read too much.
Give me some leverage, and then I can lift the world. I think the earth, or
right, Archimedes. That's right. The lever is so large that it can move the world because it's so large, the highest amount of leverage. This is what you get from the book. You get the highest amount of leverage on your life.
Yeah. So let's give them an example, right? So like, let's do fitness. So, are you going to be a paleo? Are you going to be a vegan? Are you going to be like this Atkins? There's so many things that you need, you think you need to know to be healthy. But in this book, there's probably like 10 pages on fitness and nutrition. It's like, do these 3 things for health, and do 3 things for fitness. And it takes you probably like 10 minutes to like, okay, I'm gonna do those 3 things right now. And it's gonna have the biggest impact in my life. So, you could read The 4-Hour Chef, and 500 pages. And hey, you should read this book.
His stuff is good too. But yeah, you look at the book.
You should read The 4-Hour Body. You should read all of it. But I mean, if you never started on your journey to becoming healthier and more fit, these 2 books are gonna take 20 hours to read. And you can and you will get to this level. But like, to get started, you need this book, right? It's gonna get you on sleeping better, eating healthier. You're gonna take care of basically it's the fundamentals.
It is, exactly. And that's what he calls it too, you know, 9 fundamentals there. The 9 fundamentals. And he doesn't just take it, I mean, he has a lot of people who jump on because they're entrepreneurs like us, you know, who are in the business and who are, you know, getting in tune with our business strategies and moving forward using less doing. But, you know, it isn't just for business people, right? It's for everybody. I mean, it's for the mom who is too busy because you got the kids and you got the, you know, the soccer games, and you got all this stuff, and you just want to, you know, leverage out some of the time wasters in your day so you can get back and have some peace. You know, it's for the business executive who's coming on, who is just like, man, I'm working 12-hour days and I'm not getting overtime. I need to spend some time with my family finally, but, you know, when I get home, I'm just too damn tired. It's for so many people. You know, it really is fundamental for life. And I absolutely love it. You know, like I said, it changed my life. It absolutely changed my life. Ari, if you're watching, thank you. It's a fantastic book. Thank you for creating that. And yeah, you know, getting involved in the community and everything else is just it's just been a wonderful opportunity. And again, we're going to New York next month. Win and I will blog from there and talk about our experience getting coached and getting certified through the Less Doing community. So, anything else, Win?
No, I think that's pretty good. I think that's a really, really good job talking about the book. The main takeaway for people is, one, you know, you need to be figuring out what's that one thing, what's that 20% or 5% thing that you really want to focus on your way to success or to freedom or to whatever you want to achieve, and then figuring out how you could actually just focus all of your effort or most of your effort on that, and then let the other 80 or 95% be taken care of by the systems.
Exactly. Yeah, and you know, I love how Ari is. He isn't afraid to make mistakes along the way, right? You know, he lets other people take care of it, and if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. He just keeps on moving. He keeps on moving, and it's no wonder he's achieved such high level of success. I mean, his inner circle is the best and the best in today's world in you know, marketing optimization and you know, in business automation and yeah, his is incredible. So yeah, so we'll include links and everything down on the comments bar in the little box below. If you want to grab it, you can grab it on Amazon. I believe it's on sale right now, something like $11 or something like that. And you know, if there's any questions that you have, feel free to comment below and ask us. We're always open to questions from subscribers, and happy to help out any way we can. Cool?
Cool.
All right. Thank you again for checking out our channel. You have yourself a wonderful day. Bye.
So.
See you, Win.